time you heard of card games being held up? I remember one time, maybe about 8 or 9 years ago, over in New Hope, over in the New Hope area, off of over there by on the other side on 54.
Okay.
Over there where the on the other side of South Point, somebody came in there and robbed a card game. There were 3 guys. They all executed them at a card game. Came in there and robbed them and killed all 3 of those boys. I don't think they ever found the guy. So those type of things, because see, people are always in it to get that fast money.
Get the fast money.
There it is.
When you're trying to get that fast money, you're in survival mode.
There you go.
So
there you go.
So you
there you go.
Yep. Get what you need to get.
That's right. That's what happens. That's what happens. All right. Let's continue on. Well, I hope y'all get some of this, get some of this stuff here, right here. All right. Let's go down to the history of gambling, and I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to get Brother Dwight and go down to what are the odds and why do people start gambling. As a social interaction, gambling is as old as humankind. Archaeological evidence suggests that even the earliest cavemen were gamblers. Dice-like objects made from the ankle bone or of a sheep or a dog dating back 40,000 years have been found. Every known society in history has had some form of gambling, and many popular games and modern casinos can trace their origins to ancient cultures. Gambling in America has a long checkered history. During the Revolutionary War, lotteries helped bankroll the Continental Army. They also helped to finance the buildings of roads, buildings, and even churches during the country's infancy. So what that tells us is that this country really was built on illegal practices.
And it goes all the way back to slavery.
Yes, sir.
That's how the Africans, which are now we African Americans, we got up here because this society was, in America, was based on taking risks.
That's right.
Just with things, but
that's with people too. Absolutely, brother. Right. That's right. They traded. That's right.
They took risks.
They took risks, and that's what we as men do. And we put ourselves in these positions, and we wonder why a lot of men don't have money or why no men gamble. It's because they associate the gambling with their masculinity. And they take those risks as being a man. They say, well, women, y'all ain't supposed to gamble. We'll take the risk. That's why women are so against risks, because they don't want to endanger their family. The men ain't even thinking about that. No. They're thinking about the survival mode and what's going to make them feel that they are associated with things that are manly or masculine. So they're going to take these risks because that's what every other man does. Go to the racetrack, play cards, go bet on the parlay sheets, go to Las Vegas and drop 1,000 here, or they'll get into a fighting match at these little things they call, I don't even know what they call them now, what they call strongman competition. They knock each other out, all this stuff like that. Why are you going to take risks like that and you know there's no guarantee that you're going to win? I'm not going to get into something. If I know I ain't going to win, I ain't getting involved. I ain't going to play. I ain't going to be a sucker and be a fool. No. Because that is not what God wants. He wants you to trust in Him and lean not to your own understanding.
That's right.
All right. Let's go down to the odds, brother.
What are odds? Odds is the term used to describe the chances a person placing a bet has of winning in gambling.
Yes.
Odds are the chances of winning.
Winning.
Odds are always against the person placing the bet.
You hear that? Okay.
It's always against the person placing the bet.
Okay.
House always has the edge.
That's right.
In every betting game, the odds are against the player.
That's right.
That means that the house, the casino, bingo ball, the racetrack, lottery commission, etc., is absolutely guaranteed mathematically to win over time.
Yes.
For every millionaire, that is created from lottery winning, there are millions of others who have lost their money.
All right. So tell me about that. That's all in a nutshell. They tell you cannot win.
Yeah, it goes back to what we said before. I said it was built off systematically. There's mathematically it's built around money.
That's right.
So it goes to what you said. It just to seduce the people.
There you go.
But they also seducing them in 2 points, allow other people to win.
Yes.
Make them like that they can win.
There you go. And that's the deception part right there. That's where the enemy paints that deception that if they won, you can win too. Yeah. But that's not true, because it's already set up for you to lose. Yeah. Now I may let you win $100, but I guarantee I'm gonna get that $100 back, because we're gonna let somebody else win a 2,000. Man, if you bet an extra 50 or extra 20, we'll double what you put up.
So I guess in simple form, those millionaires, they already at their budget with those millionaires, so they got the other million.
There you go.
To not win.
There you go.
Their budget.
They balance their budget because they're gonna win regardless. Because when you go to the casino, now I remember years and years ago when I went to Atlantic City, this is back 30 years ago. When you go into the casino, if you keep putting money in the one-arm bandit, the lights will go off, ding, 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 and you put all those quarters in there, and it goes off, and then some people will put so much money in there, they won't move in that machine, and they won't let nobody come, but they don't know if that machine has already paid off. It may be another 2 or 3 months before it pay off again. Yeah. And so you just keep putting quarters in there, spending all your money, and I'm glad. I'm glad you said that about risk, brother, because in Atlantic City, what they'll do, I remember they used to do this, you will pay $30 to go to Atlantic City, right? But they're going to give you $10 back to gamble with. Yeah. That's the seduction part. Right. That's where they seduce you in. Yeah. So basically, you just paying your bus trip there and back, which is really $20, that's cheap. Yeah. But then they're going to give you, man, I got $10, I can gamble that $10, man. I'm going to make $100 off of that.
Now God has compared me, he just gave me my spirit to compare it to time.
Okay.
So out of 100%,
yes,
he want us to give us 10%.
Yes.
So we can keep the other
90% and pay our bills and do what we need to do.
Your business, right? What you need to do. So God is not trying to gamble with your money.
No, he's not.
He don't even want it. It's not.
He don't want it. No.
Mathematical, symptomatic.
That's right.
Like that. He's simple. So that should let you know who really love you.
That's
I only want 10%.
That's right.
The people on it, they want much as
they want as much you can give. That's right. Exactly right. Exactly right.
People don't want to tithe because
that's right.
We've been on tithe lately. But people don't want to tithe because they be investing their money in you know, schemes.
Yeah, and they don't trust God.
Because they don't trust God because what Satan is doing to them.
That's right, absolutely. So they get suckered in from a false pretense and overshadowing what God can do for them because they want the instantaneous money.
People don't want to pay their tithes because they ought to put $300 in their slot.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly right. Gambling. Be very careful, men. Be very careful because you're getting seduced by the enemy to spend all your money on things that you should not. And then when your mortgage come up to be paid, your wife and children need food on the table, bills need paid. Now you can't pay the money. Now you got to make an excuse why the bills can't get paid, or you out there you have turned into an alcoholic, or you get money for drugs and you selling all those things to make this money. You put yourself and your own family in danger, in harm's way, because you are not using your head. You're not thinking. You're not letting God direct you. So you're taking those risks unnecessarily because you think you're going to have a good get-rich scheme and it make you rich. But in actuality, you're going to lose in the long run.
The preacher preached last night. The people, even though the society, people forces around the gambling, they're trying to take your money. But God, he was preaching last night, God's trying to protect your money.
That's right. That's
when
right.
you pay your 10%,
right.
God is the value, the enemy, the plan.
That's right.
And he will protect the other 90%.
90%. That's right. That's right.
So, but you have to be in order.
You got to be in order.
That's so God is trying to protect your money. He's trying to make you save your money while you. That's right. Trying to make you gamble.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Let's go down to, we already talked about why people start gambling. We already did that. Okay, everyone wants more money. Come on, brother. Talk to me.
The trouble is, when you have more, it still is not enough.
Yes.
People who have more money than you, or I could dream of, and still complain they have money problems.
That's right.
Or they in debt.
Yes.
It has been said money is a good servant.
Yes.
But a bad master.
That's right. That's right.
And do you know who said the love of money is the root of all evil?
Yes.
We worry about money, but people kill for money.
Yes, they do.
Many commit suicide over money.
Yes.
How can we make money our slave instead of our master?
That's right. That's right. That's a powerful question. That's a good question. How can we make money
our slave
instead of our master? Because we have not, now literally speaking, now I'm going to draw this line, and brother Josh will probably contest this. When we look at our culture, the black culture, going back to slavery time, we were never taught how to manage money because we never had money. We spend money nowadays recklessly because we have not been taught the principles of money, how money can serve us. When you look at the white culture, they are taught at a very young age how to save money, how to budget their money, and let that money work for them.
$5, they put away 3 and spend 2.
And they know how to budget very well. But in the black culture, we're not taught those principles. We'll spend every dime because we're not used to it. That's why you will see a white brother out there, he may have some raggedy clothes on, but he got plenty of money in the bank. Look at his house. But we're more, good God, we're more about looking, watches, all that stuff.
A suit. Rims on the car.
There it is. You talking to me now?
Right.
That's right. We're more worried about how we look than what's in our bank account.
That's right.
We want the nice cars. We want the clothes. We want that. We don't know how to take care of our children because we have not been taught those type of principles. So that's where we get in a problem when it comes to gambling, because what we're trying to do, we're trying to produce something for our children, our family, but we're building principles on something that we have never been taught. So we can never be successful when it comes to financial matters because we have not been taught those principles.
That's right.
And that's why we look for the get-rich schemes, because we don't know the principles how to be financially free. That's what we get the problem at.
We ain't gain no skills.
We don't have it. We don't have it.
So because we don't have no skills, people kill.
That's right.
Well, I don't know about managing money.
That's what it is.
I don't know what it means, and I go to work, put away this month.
We're not taught that. We're not taught. So that's why in the white, and I'm not talking now about the white brothers, but I got to give them credit because they teach their families, they teach their sons, their daughters how to manage money, how to put it for a 401k, build a portfolio, and they know how to do that stuff.
And don't try to get no expensive car either.
No, they'll ride around a bummy car, but they'll have plenty of money in the bank. Yeah, when they have an emergency, they ain't gotta go borrow no money like we gotta go down the street to the what's that? The cash advance place, and their charge is $200,000, 200% on $10, and they want us to pay $2,000 back on that money.
Yeah.
Come on, that's not. See, that's where we get in the problem as men, generally speaking, because of the gambling, because we have not been taught the principles.
So it's gambling.
We gamble to get the money. What the white brothers have been taught, they've been teaching their children for hundreds of years. Yeah. So we always say, well, why the white man is this? Well, they know how to teach, and you're not willing to learn. Yeah. So you're not willing to learn. Right. Then you're gonna put yourself in a position of gambling and being a risk taker. Now, the white brother may take risks, but they got money to fall back on. We ain't got nothing to fall back on. Well, we got a car with rims on it and club. What that mean? Yeah. That can't do nothing for you. Good God from Zion.
Title is right.
Woo! Okay, let's go down to gambling boys, brother. Gambling boys. Because this is where the problem starts at. It don't start when you get 20, 30 years old. Gambling starts when you're very, very young. And it's mainly boys that gamble. That's right. Because they have problems within their home. Yeah. So they use that as an outlet.
That's right.
They use that as an outlet. Boy, brother.
I know they said the study has shown that some people gamble as a way to release stress,
yes,
loneliness.
Yes.
And they said teens who have reported gambling problems use gambling as an escape or to avoid problems.
There it is. There it is. And they use that as an escape. So, well, I can have some extra money. My father and mother ain't gonna give me no money, so I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna gamble some money. I'll steal money out of their pocket. Now, but I ain't gonna say this now. White guys and white brothers, and if their parents don't give them money, they're going their mother's pocketbook on their purse, and they'll take the money and go get high and won't think about it. Well, we used to have it. Well, John, did you see my money in my pocketbook? I had $100 in there.
Nope.
I ain't seen it, Mom. And then the father come, son, did you see the money? No, Dad, I ain't seen it. And good well, he didn't win the pocketbook. Now, if that happened to black family, your goddamn head gonna be taken off because that's all the money we got, and we know something. Because now I'm gonna tell you now about culture now. We as black in the black culture, we count every single cent. We know how much change is in our pocket, how much is in our wallet. But see, on the other hand, and Brother Joshua attests that, the white family, they may have $1,000 pocket, and they may think it's $1,000, it could be $2,000, and they ain't watching those little pennies because they got bigger things to worry about. Because they already got the money, so they ain't worried about that extra $100 or $20 or $30 being taken. They ain't worried about it.
No. Well,
come on, that's a death sentence, brother. Good God, sorry. Come on, brother. Let's get on through this thing.
Why does money bring such problems?
Yes.
Why does money bring such problems?
Oh, we didn't dealt with that because it bring. Well, we can say you can get. Why do we can? That's this basic. Why do money bring such problems? Because we put so much emphasis on the things that we want instead of what God wants us to have. That's what the problem is. It's not the money itself that creates the problem. It's the love of the money and what we can do with it to satisfy our lust. That's what increases the problem. It's not the money. But like I said before, if those principles are not taught, then we put everything wrapped around the gambling on what we can satisfy our flesh with and our lustly desires to satisfy those needs. That's what it is. That's what the problem's at. Let's go down to gambling boys, all the way down to the bottom, brother.
Parents need to talk to their kids about gambling.
Yes.
In the same way that they talk about alcohol and drugs.
That's right. That's right.
Many of us naively feel and believe that letting our children to gamble at home, small or even large amount of money, is better than facing the temptation of drugs and alcohol use. Gambling is not a safe alternative.
That's right.
Parents should make their children aware that gambling is not a way to make easy money.
That's right. That's right.
That the odds are against the player and that they are much more likely to lose than win.
That's right. Absolutely.
The whole formality what God was giving me about this, as far as about the comparison about gambling and alcohol and drugs, is that it's just another form of addiction.
It's an addiction. There you go.
And
there
once
you go.
you get addicted to it,
That's right.
it can cause you to do things out of your mental capacity that you normally do.
That's right. That's right.
And so it can be worse than alcohol.
Sure.
drugs.
Yeah, it could because it can really destroy your whole family. It can destroy you too. It can. Because the addiction, you can get over the drugs and alcohol. You can eventually get it. But when it comes to gambling, it comes to debt. That's a weight that nobody should have to carry because that thing can weigh you down so much because you don't. Because when it comes to finances, if you can't see your way out of it, you feel the best thing to do is to commit suicide. Because you can't. If you win, if you owe out $1 million, you say, how in the world am I going to pay this money? This is my better for me to die because I ain't gonna be able to pay this money. But the drug and alcohol, you can go get help from that. But if you're so deep in debt and you see no way out. That's why it's worse.
And nobody is gonna write you a check.
No, they're not. They're not. They're not. They're not. They're not. Okay, let's look at the warning signs, brother.
Just like drug and alcohol addiction, good. Compulsive gambling. Compulsive gambling is a serious issue.
Yes, it is.
Gambling addicts experience a need to continue, and many youth report getting an adrenaline rush as someone on cocaine.
That's right. That's
So
right.
basically, when they are composed and gambling is all impulsive.
Yeah, that's impulsive. That's right. Instead of being proactive, we are reactive. And I always tell people, and I always tell y'all, don't react to a situation. Be prepared before that situation comes because then you'll be prepared for it. But if you wait till the last minute, you know you're gambling like that. Everything that you do when it comes to gambling is being reactive and being impulsive. You see somebody else gambling, oh man, he won 100. Let me give me a couple dollars. I can win it too. That's an impulse.
That's right.
And then you'll take every dime in your pocket and spend it on that. And then when you lose, you ain't got nothing.
No.
Because then you have risked something that you know you ain't gonna get nothing back in return. You think you're hoping for it, but that's not the hope in God though. Because it says, Scripture, Hebrews 11:1 says, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So you got to trust God for the things that you desire. But like I said before, your victory comes in the spiritual realm before it can manifest itself in the physical realm.
That's right.
There it is.
And here are some signs and symptoms to look for as the warning signs. Poor performance at school.
Yes.
Failure to attend classes
Okay.
or grade.
Okay.
Worsen because of time spent gambling.
Yes.
Loss of concentration. Inability to cope with everyday activities.
Yes.
Schoolwork, sport, social activity with friends. Low self-esteem.
Okay.
Placing larger and more frequent bets to maintain interest and excitement. Experience mood swings and feeling stressed when not gambling. So basically this goes back to anything. It's trauma because, or traumatic is because trauma makes you do, trauma is a form of anything that you respond or act out your norm.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
If you're normally doing this or normally doing that, and you're not doing it no more,
that's right.
It's a trauma experience.
It's a traumatic experience. That's right. It's triggering those things for you to act impulsively towards things that you would not normally do. You know, and that's what happens when we go through these problems in our life and we get around people that are doing things out of the norm. We get sucked in or get seduced in because that helps us to cover up that pain that we are going through or that we have experienced. So